money's on the line. We needed to see the best presented, so there'd be a lot to see here. Loading in. Game number 1, the Giants versus the Heroes. Who will emerge victorious? Juan, you apparently already on the map. Well, you wish you were me. It's crazy. Here for Jerry, big. That's what we love to hear, Mexi. I'll put DPS at the top again. Guards, something like that. Mystic, appreciate the follow. Welcome, welcome. This is Jerry, yes. Mr. Nano, Mr. Dreamville. Dreamy-eyed man himself. Alright. Watch On Her clear some buffs. Electing to go double into the Impale versus the Pillar. So nothing really catches my eye. I think the only thing that's, I don't want to say standout, is this On Her's electing to go this Tank Shred build, right? This Dominance, Exekins typically. Is the Blink on Guan or the Sands of Time on this Vulcan. Obviously looking to go, we saw this from Paul yesterday, going Sands of Time, Cronus Pendant, Soul Gem, just getting that cooldown, being able to provide a ton of pressure and poke for free. That, maybe we're going to see that same from Crimson. I guess we're going to find out. Obviously we're seeing a little bit of that wave clear and pressure right away. We're seeing 2 melees under tower. Amaterasu already pulled purple. Kuzenko's got to be a little careful. He doesn't have beads, and he's being the prio target. He drops Horrific, but should drop First Blood. Goopy B goes down. Positioning just a little out of place by Goopy. This is game 1, Shocks. That's not what you want to see from Heroes providing that kill to the Giants, especially with this late team comp. You wanted to see them drive off that pressure. Kuzenbo getting locked down with no beads. They hit alt. Amaterasu hit an alt in return. You gotta keep in mind, Amaterasu doesn't have beads. Area's gonna hit alt here shortly. Not alted yet. They're probably going to back off, saving alt for red buff. So he'll be able to pull the Amaterasu with ultimate. He doesn't have blink to close gap. That should result in a red for the Heroes, though. I wonder if the Ares going to elect to wrap. Doesn't hit alt yet. Okay, Ares just hit alt. He gets the chains on Kuzenbo. Kuzenbo has alt for the CC immunity. He does pull Amaterasu here. Vulcan gets a big alt off, but only really damages the Ares as the other 2 step out. It is being pinged out for the Kuzenbo. Goopy being the target of all that aggression once again. The coordination by all 3. Love the pressure there. Good backstab by the On Her for the backfire from the Vulcan. Red was also secured a 2-0 start. It's kind of a dream start if you're in an ADC comp against a pressure Vulcan. You're actually getting close, I'm assuming, to full dominance right away. 150 gold roughly off. Leveling backfire. He's actually not turret maxing. Take a peek at leveling. Nay. Okay, towers. Towel assault. Chains. Nothing shocking there. I definitely agree. Turret maxing, giving you that pressure should be the play. But wanting to go that backfire. It should result in a purple buff here. These are the kills if you check in the spikes. So it hasn't really, outside of the kills on Goopy, not really resulted in a ton outside of that. Although that's still those kills, one of which on this on her. Bull just spawning in. All ultimates are up. It's gonna be a Mini or Johnson fight, possibly. Johnson easily secured here by the Giants. Ooh, good chains here by Mickey. It should result. Say it should result in red. Amaterasu a little worse for wear. Looks like heroes want to be the aggressors, though. You got to be really conscious of these chains. Chains doing a big portion of their winning fight. The dash got caught. Amaterasu doesn't have beads. If this Ares is able to get in range, this could be a pullback. He heavily to make sure he gets back in range. The pullback. He will be coming to this. Big Kuzma out for some of that peel. Does that actually give him that chance to get out? And it doesn't. Yet another kill on. That's actually going to place onto this Guan Yu. I was about to say they went onto the on her, but it didn't. These tanks, these Ares facilitation, but that pillar that's on her able to catch that dash off the Amaterasu, forcing alt right away, puts him in an awkward spot. Good auto attack cancel. Impale for the blue buff steal. Still elected. We decided to max out backfire. We went Doom Orb first. Okay. We're already at full Dom. My eyes are here as far as is he going Xe first? Does he elect to go the Ozzy for the life steal? I would like to see an Xe. This is starting to accrue a little bit of a lead. The difference being in the tanks is Ares doing exceptionally to make sure he's locking down the Kuzenbo or Amaterasu for his on her to get some damage off. Kuzenbo trying to step up. There's the chain. Good timing by the Ares. He's got to be careful though. It can be turned on. Good impale. Amaterasu now the target. Almost perfect tracking there. That good ult by the on her. These tanks are getting chunked out because they don't have that mobility after that Ares gets those chains on. Purple should be secured and is. Surely he doesn't actually pull. Ooh, I like this call. They don't know. Oh, it's been pinged out. They're aware. I don't think they had a ward, but it's good awareness to stop backs here. That was a cheeky pull if heroes were on the back foot and actually sent that back. That would have been a huge bull pull there by the Giants. Really well done by the heroes. Good awareness. Red is up. Now, because this Guan's poked out, this red, because of that bull pull, why it was cheeky, and the heroes did show up, this should easily go to heroes. A little bit of the pressure loss. Chains missed, so they can't really step in on her, just trying to do his best to poke out. There would have been a big swing there for the Giants. That's one. This is the second. Should be just the back for both teams. Amaterasu, here. Surely it's not stolen, right? They are able to secure it. Two wards. So plenty of ward vision here by the Giants. Amaterasu is going to come out and place hers. I'm curious. Take a peek at level in order again. Alright, so he has turret max now. We're going out to place those wards from Amaterasu. Amaterasu's backing in vision, so they could try to take this fight or force something. He's being pinged out. There's plenty of vision here, so they gotta be a little careful. I'm keeping an eye on second relics. You have Blink Thorns. What I want to see is what we're gonna go here on the Ares. That is Blink right away by the Guan. He got active, and on top of this Vulcan, does the Anhur got a couple alt ticks? Is it enough, though? The stun not catching the Guan Yu under tower. Unfortunately, they should be able to walk away without any punishment. Vulcan's now for 24. They could ping out going for this bull. Because Kuzenbo and Amaterasu ults are down, there's not a ton they can do here as far as stepping in there. Ace gets a couple of chains. They're going to be locked down for this Anhur to kill. He's got to be really conscious here. This could turn into an easy fight. The chain was missed, though. That could make that incredibly awkward. Amaterasu taking a fight with the Guan. You don't have ult. Does he feel confident enough fighting it? You got to be careful. There's the chain. Now you're locked down. They will take that fight. Staggering death timers here would be rough, and it will happen. Ooh, hold on. The Anhur felt confident enough to get active. Ares doesn't have ult yet. The Anhur almost died for that. A little aggressive. Love the confidence. Fortunately, just not enough. They lose the value off picking that Kuzenbo now based off of that. Should be red buff for the Vulcan as well. We are getting a little bit... I want to look at net worth. Obviously, damage from the Vulcan doing a ton. We've seen a lot of this from the mages. I want to look at net worth here. Honor's still worth more. This is a league, clever. Mr. Clever. That is chain. That is one. That's all three. Not able to lock them down. Yeah, this is week one of a league. It's a 6-week league play into the tournaments. The ward coverage, by the way, I want to make note of this. You have 4 wards out by the heroes, 3 out by the giants. I love the use of proximity wards again. I feel like that's just not used enough. We do have this actually. He's going to be looking for that Kin's third item to really chunk these tanks. Ooh, this is rough. That is an easy bull pull. Now, they had a proximity ward, so they have the vision. The Vulcan has the vision. He does have ult, so you don't ever out-secure. We did throw it. He did throw it. Does it steal it? It does! A full-range Vulcan ult. Because of that vision, secures bull. That is tragic for the Giants. The proximity ward giving permavision. I don't know how many seconds that actually is, but just enough for that Vulcan to feel confident to throw that out. That is wild. This is a blink here for this Ares, so he is able to get on top, be a little bit more proactive, looking for some beats pool. This is one of those moments. There it is. They got all 3. They're feeling confident at getting pulled because there's not a ton of damage there right away. That is good patience by the heroes, knowing that they don't have a ton to throw behind it. I agree that should have been dropped or at least kited back and forth versus they got it in kill threshold because they kept damaging it. Which is a little unfortunate. Hindsight 2020 at that point, though. Do they feel comfortable enough pushing up? About 3/4 on Bull. Hero's not in any hurry here. Willing to play this slowly. Amaterasu stepped in solo. That's Thorns. Forces the on her back. Are we gonna step in? Here's the ultimates forward. Ooh, Vulcan ult. A little unfortunate. He does get red. Hold on. He stepped into that. He steps in to go for red. Aegis used, but the double tank able to kill the ADC. Vulcan, both relics are down. Do they have enough to actually kill this Ares, though? Anher's down for 30. Honestly, I thought the Guan Yu might have been able to kill the Vulcan at the same time as the double tank, killing the Anher. Kuzumo went purple. Amaterasu getting Johnson. We do have Kins online for this Anher. Still down for 8. Have coin third item. Looking for this 30% pen. I'm still kind of, I want to say, flabbergasted. Still kind of blown away by the Vulcan actually being able to secure ult on a full range ult. They definitely made the call to try to secure it before the Vulcan ult hit, but just not enough damage to come through. Sentries are being placed. I think the two things I'm keeping my eyes on at this point, you have this double blink, is she's going to be dropping a Kins here, and I'm assuming this could be a Soul Reaver. Guan pulling Bull himself. I'm going to kind of keep a side eye on the health bar on that. Slowly poking this down. Heroes are aware. Still has plenty of health. Kuzumo dash forward. On her pushing lane. They are splitting this team fight. Trying to force Heroes to make a decision. Amaterasu's got to be careful. This on her's chunking. That's at half health. Guan more than confident enough. Step forward. Okay, Kuzumo pushes the Guan off of Bull to keep that healthy. I like that decision. Make sure that Bull actually is able to heal up a little bit. It's actually well played by the Kuzumo. Now it feels a little uncomfortable. Vulcan has beads, so this ult shouldn't come to much. Can they turn and kill this Ares, though? The Vulcan ult off the mark. Now the Guan wants a piece of the Vulcan. Is he going to damage forward? They kill, but turns into a one-for-one trade. Now it turns on the Amaterasu. Does he find value before the Anher shifts over? You got to be conscious and careful. This Anher is chunking. The Kins is online. Do they have enough damage? Anher doing numbers right now. Feeling confident enough to jump in. Do they turn it? Kuzumo able to survive. Now is the Amaterasu able to turn it. Ooh, you gotta be careful. That should be sudden death now. The Amaterasu going down. 2 down. Only Kuzumo standing between this double. 2 members of the Giants and Bird. Feeling confident enough to go Bull here instead is the call. Vulcan just spawning. Kuzumo stepping forward, giving vision. Here's that Vulcan again. Is it full range? It's not. Doesn't have ult. Is Bull secured? It's not game over by any means, not yet. We do have the Kins online here for the Amaterasu to really chunk down these tanks. You're getting Oboe online here for the Anher, but a Midgard right away to face this Amaterasu. Looking for that movement speed slow. Obviously movement speed and attack speed. Movement speed being the big deal. As soon as alt dash are down. You have Ares blinking 16. Bead should be up by the time it does. Amaterasu dashing forward. Make sure she doesn't get caught by chains. Oh. Nat, it's your song. I'm gonna think of Nat every time this song plays for literally no reason. Okay. Movement speed slowed. Proximity word. 3/4 of the bull's worn off this bird. This is their kind of a big push here. They want to get these blinks off, so Ares going to go first. Actually, it's Guan going first. Kuzenbo going for the on her. The Nene is out. Horrific used. Amaterasu wrapping around, looking for that dash. There's the on her dash. Going to be the alt now. Vulcan alt, just not enough. Amaterasu went back, though. Looking to help the Vulcan now that Kuzenbo's by himself. There's the Heavenly. Is it enough? It is enough. Do we get out, though? Amaterasu able to get out. You got to be careful. Actually, big fight here if heroes defend Bird and get one. If they're able to back off, get healthy, they can look for their push. 30 seconds on Ares. Honor's pulling red. Able to secure it. Make sure it doesn't go onto the Vulcan. 19 seconds on Ares. Should result in a T1, hypothetically. Obviously, Guan's the only defense here. Might not. Not feeling confident enough to push it. There's the honor. You got to be careful. He's going to be chunking. It's not going to result in a T1 at all. Ares is up. He does have blink, alt. It has blink, not alt. Excuse me. So while the bull was defended, only thing lost was the death. Bull. There you go. All right. Game number 2. I'm going to start this prediction now. Predictions up. Who's winning game number 2 here? Heroes versus the Giants. I'm going to switch these sides. Boom. Perfect. 2 minutes on that prediction, guys. Already, I want to see some adjustments. I don't, like, obviously I loved the Vulcan pick when turrets being maxed. When you're going this pressure heavy, but the problem is Kuzenbo got picked out, or any one of those tanks at that point, right? When Ares locking it down and you get picked out for being out of position or getting chained, it turns into really awkward and you give this ADC some pressure, a little bit of a lead. Although there was some cheeky steals, i.e. the Vulcan with full range alt. I want to see an adjustment where heroes look to pick up an ADC, or if they're going that, they have to be a little bit more conscious on the positioning for this front line to make sure we're not getting picked and giving that lead out. Ares is banned right away, along with Achilles. I wonder what prioritization they're going to look for right away. Ruler banned out from Erupt Crimson. Take another time to discuss what they're looking for 4th and 5th, or 5th and 6th ban. Amaterasu, okay. Amaterasu being highly valued there. And a Charon leaving on her open, or plenty of ADCs open here for Sunny. So when there is several games going on at the same time, what happens is I'll pick one to watch live, and then captains, I don't want to say required, I highly request that I'm going to say required, or required to have somebody spectate so I can watch it back on stream directly after. So like tomorrow when there's a couple games going at the same time, I'll watch one live and then I'm going to spectate the other directly after it. So we're still watching them. They're just delayed. They have to have somebody spectate so I can rewatch it. Otherwise, if you don't have somebody spectate, I can't rewatch it. But that's why I said I plan to watch every game on stream. Maybe not ones that are live, obviously, because they're done at certain times when I'm not streaming or simultaneously. But good question. So on her picked up. I'm not surprised. Sunny doing a number on that pick. But the Atlas, looking for that Pronot Shred. The pulls, especially into a Chiron, I'm never thrilled by that. Only because of the knockup immunity for both these dashes. But the silence off the Chiron, it's more so just for the slow and the Pronot Shred off of this Atlas. For those that don't know, that dash actually being a cleanse for the slow. Could find some value here. Again, heroes elected to pick DPS last, not showing their hand whether mage or ADC. Getting some flex there. The Vulcan banned out for that pressure, obviously for that turret. Bologna, when we're banning that Bologna, obviously makes me think they're going to go in ADC. Bologna being a raid boss in general. Another auto attack warrior. Giants discussing what they want for Yash as far as a warrior slot and what's available. They got to be a little conscious, surely. I mean, they left Hou Yi open. I feel like the big thing I'm worried about is this Atlas getting locked down by this Charon Erlang Shen. If he doesn't go beads, they go a Hou Yi. They can gridlock him in a Hou Yi out really easily. Same with a Baron. I don't mind this pick, though. Getting that value from that 2, forcing this team to go anti-heal ASAP from the heroes. It's being hovered. Shiva now. I would prefer to see them on a warrior while Baron could find some good value on heal. You also talk about some ADCs that are going to punish the immobility. It is locked in. I guess we get to see what Up Crimson has up his sleeve, whether ADC or Mage. I wouldn't mind. I would love to see a Hou Yi pick here, mainly for that full combo. The 1-2, even all onto this Atlas if they're able to gridlock him if he doesn't go beads. Instead, Erupt electing to go into these Mage picks. I should start running percentages as to draft with a double front line if Mage or ADC is better within league games. I feel like surely the amount of mages that are winning is substantially less than ADC picks, just because the double dive, like we talked about, more consistent damage when you're going AA versus an ability base. Dude, Spotify is bugging. There's the Tia, though. Tia locked in for that consistent poke and late game scaling. I'm not thrilled by the mage picks, but we can be proven wrong with a good mage player. I think it comes down to the Erlang on her getting a Kins Xyz or just a Kins in general online, and who's actually going to do more sooner. What's up, Ranchero? Ranchero? I'm good, dude. How are you? Move my cam over so I don't forget. Be better about it. Game number 2. Good. Glad to hear it, man. Glad to hear it, sir. Taking a second to load in. Unfortunate. You better move, you better dance. Let's make a night you won't remember. What's up, Outlawed? I'm just trying to fill the time, bro. I love singing, but I feel like the amount of clips I've seen of me singing just never gonna happen. I'll hum it, but I'm for it. What's up, Demon? How are you, big dog? Till I oil up. Let's do some math, big dog. Let's do some math. What would it take, sub-wise, for $3,000 to fund this tournament at the league? Let's go. Divided by 2.5. 1,200 subs. There's your answer, Demon. Which, when you do the math, because I'm only getting 2.5 from the $5 people are spending. 1,200 times 5. $6,000. Unless you're just going to gift it. You know, you can just PayPal it. Probably a little easier, right? I don't know, to be honest, even then, I don't know if I could die. Where the sugar daddies at? That feels so, dude. Even if that happened, I don't know if I'd be willing. Oh, no. I did make a promise that, again, I've said it a couple times, when we hit Twitch Partner, because we're going to keep on fighting no matter what, I got to do a hot tub stream, so maybe that's your more... I should make that your goal. But, I mean, if someone's willing to drop that much, that'd be huge for the BBC. We could do a lot with that money. Versus me just throwing money out the door. Alright. Game number 2. Giants are up 1-0 on the set. Best of 3. Heroes. Money on the line. What is this going to look like? Take little builds. Atlas going into cloak. Same with this Erlong. Tia is in ground stance for wave 1. Decent knock up onto 2. Is that wave clear immediately? Erlong semi-poked out here. Shiva has blink. This could turn into that. Tia is actually wrapping, which I find interesting. It is pinged out. That might turn into a 1v1. Impaled away. 2v2. Erlong Shan getting pretty poked out here. Ooh. It's a good Atlas pull into the Impale. They're on not quite on that same page. Honor's waiting. It's good discipline on her, just waiting for the Erlong to be poked out where he can't try to steal that with Impale. There is no hurry there. His tanks were winning that fight for him. It's interesting, this positioning. They're actually looking for this fight. Pre-red buff. Trying to poke them down. Honor got minis with Atlas. That's level 5 sticks over. Shiva full clear wave. The thing should happen for red. All ults are up. Shiva has blink, but currently getting smashed on. That's a big pull on to the Charon, whose ult's down. No CC immunity. Erlong was able to close some gap. It isn't enough damage, though. He did dash forward. Heavily used. Tia jumps in for the on her. Just enough damage. Erupt Crimson securing the kill onto Sunny. Heavenly. The dash might get silenced out. That's 2. The Tia putting more than enough damage out. This is completely different from what you saw in game 1. They weren't able to secure red buff, but happy with the double kill after. What's up, Rat? Spike game. Take a look at the graph. A big spike. This is huge. First kill, second kill, into some farm directly after. Tia going with that consume, getting both buffs. Pulling Chester mid. You got to be a little careful. Shiva's backing. Nothing really on the map, so you start looking at spikes. Tia going into this whole tablet. Obviously in a double front line, you got a cloak for this Erlong, so 2 of them stacking effectively. Looking for constant poke. You have on her going into Dom, first item, won't have that similar spike. Doesn't have the full dominance yet. Atlas doesn't have a cloak, so you're feeling semi-strong full item versus T2s. Honor's backing for it now. Purple buff should be spawning shortly. Honor might actually be back by the time it does. Erlong Tia constantly just trying to poke to start stacking those quickly. Johnson on the ground. 1-0 Giants. Ooh, good knock-up immunity via the Charon. This might be that go button. This Erlong gets a triple ultimate, but is there enough damage behind it? Good combo, Erlong, Charon ults. Just not enough damage from the Tia yet with just tablet. Charon's looking to wrap. You gotta be a little careful with that. Red and purple are up. Giants content with looking for the purple buff. I'm assuming Heroes just gonna wrap the other direction. It's gonna be a consume for the Tia. Looking to get 2 red buffs on the map. That's rather big, especially late game. Maybe not so much now, but late game, that's gonna prove insane when you start throwing a little damage out. King, appreciate the follow. Welcome, welcome. They're actually looking for a cheeky fight, possibly. They are holding a corner on this Erlong. Erlong unaware, getting caught by the Pillar Impale. Getting corner camped here by the Giants. Feeling confident enough with that pick. You have a 17-second power play, if you will, for the Giants. Again, money on the line. You got to be real careful stepping into corridors. Uses the pillar for tanking their rest. They should have to give this up. Able to secure Bull. That spike dropped kill Bull. That's really unfortunate. Looks like we're going tablet into Book of Thought. Ooh, Shiva blinks in. Bull's up. You gotta be careful we don't get over poked out. We can't defend this. You have both ults for these tanks. There's the prod shred from the Atlas ult. Charon ulting forward. Tia doesn't have cast to really follow up on it. They should actually have to give this tower up. They're very poked out. That's a 3-man pull by this Atlas. Insane setup on her. Getting a ton of poke. That should spell T1 for the Giants. When you think about that, honestly, just comes from that one pick at purple buff getting corner held, the Erlong getting picked into a bull. A big shift here by the Giants. Fuck this tree. I hope Smite 2 makes Joust more spectate worthy. They did not create this game mode to be spectated. Tia, not quite second relic. I'm keeping an eye on the second relics. 34. Oh, you trolling. Oh, you gotta be careful. This tank's gotta be really conscious not continue to get caught out of position. This Atlas feeling comfortable enough to stand this high. You should be fine to the knock-up immunity for the Charon. Shiva holding opposite corner, no blink on him. That should spell the back for the Giants, or by both teams here. Looking for pre-spikes for the next Bull Demon, spawning shortly. Quick peek, only 900 gold. It's going to be a T1 for him, unless he goes Glyph. T1. Yo. Bull touching ground, plenty of aggressive wards. You have 4 wards here, all positioned for the Giants, knowing their positioning coming in. The ward coverage by both teams, I don't want to say it is kind of insane. A possible big pull onto the Charon, who's not paying attention. A fair amount of poke, that's half health. You're looking at bull pressure when you start talking about the amount of poke we're getting here. Now, Tia forced to back, unhealthy. Shiva, blink got caught, wanted to blink onto this Tia. You gotta be careful, there it is. Good response time, getting that jump off. Charon ulting forward, Erlong pathing around. They were able to force beads on her. He is by himself. This double tank looking to close gap. This should be more than enough, right? Surely. The damage on the pin, it's got to be there pre his dash. Just not enough. On her, able to get out. Both relics used. Now Tia's the one in damage, or in danger with the Shiva. A return kill onto the DPS. Crimson goes down. They're going to be kicking themselves about that on her surviving that one. Good backstep by the Erlong Shen. Making sure he doesn't get pulled. On her's going to pass straight into Bull. Take a look at ultimate timers. 46 seconds. 26. Nothing up here for them to really force it. Impale, auto attack Impale. Should prove enough to secure over the Chiron too. He is pulled. Now he's the focus. The dash through. You gotta be careful. This spells, they want to take this fight. Doesn't have relics just on her. He doesn't have jump quite yet. Waiting on those cooldowns. The ult getting caught by the silence. Tia's wrapping on her unaware. Forced to jump. Misses the impale to save his life. They do get Bull, but they're quickly getting picked. On her not having relics for that fight, just a little unfortunate. Getting aggressive in that jump in. Alt timers aren't long enough yet. Tia able to get there in time for the post fight. Shiva doesn't have blink, but he does have alt, so shouldn't lose T1 here at all. Just allow them to get a little bit more farm. Shiva was dashing forward looking for that fight. Erlong, Shen, not quite yet. Kins, T2. Only 10% cooldown for this Tia. Looking to go this Ob Shard. Shiva stepping in. They're trying to step for this bird. They need to get some poke here. Shiva trying to do his very best to get anything he can on this bird. Honor's pathing in. That is a double pull. Good silence by the Charon to get it out of that pull. Bird is up. Ooh, he caught him with that pillar. Shiva stepped into tank for the on her half health. Gotta be careful. Shiva does have blink. He can't overextend. Erlong trying to farm up for this Kins. Same with on her for that matter. On her just getting Kins. Bowl roughly just under 2 minutes out. Almost a minute and a half. Wonder when we have the Ob Shard Spark. You do have the Ob Shard here for the Tia. A little awful tablet. 24 stacks off of Book of Thoth. I'm assuming this could be a Soul Reaver, just a complete tank shred build. We do have Kins on this Erlong now. Looking for some more tank shred there. I think the only thing I'm keeping my eyes on now is the Midgard here for this Charon and beyond her. $42 stacks of tablet. The fight's split. You gotta be a little conscious. On her could pull that if we chase this Atlas. Shiva dashing forward for the Tia. Knock up, not there. He's being pinged out. Heroes spread across the map. Erlong's being pinged out. That fight wants to be taken. Erlong dashes forward. Charon ult comes through. On her has ult in response. This Erlong is by himself. The healing might not be enough. Does he get his ult healing off? It does. But do they have enough damage to kill anyone here while the Anhur is chunking them down? Beads forced on the Tia. It should spell Erlong's death and is. Charon stepping back off, unfortunately, spells that fight. You don't have beads on the Tia, so we pull back. The Anhur feeling confident enough to jump in. Beads not on this Tia. Should be a full wipe. That should be GG and curtains for the heroes. Yeah, the boat stepping away from that fight, a little unfortunate. That was kind of an all or nothing play. You forced both relics and ult off the on, or let me see, the beads and ult, so no CC immunity. You kind of had to take it. They are throwing the Erlong away. Pin not connecting. On her, just trying to. Hold on, we switch targets. The heal, the Shiva heal. That Shiva heal actually procced enough to make sure he actually survived, even though the Anhur did impale away. That should spell the end. It's more than enough damage. Bird was fully taken as well. They'll be able to step forward after backs and look for that end. It's on the heroes to make a game-winning play here. Stop Shiva's back. Trying to buy as much time as possible. Now it's just a matter if I'm the Giants, allowing the fire waves to push, looking for that flood, get some poke, and make that all-in call for the Titans. Heroes, I mean, you got to look for that pick pre-fight outside of Titan at this point. What that looks like, how are you winning that? Shiva is a level 18, the largest on the map, net worth. It's actually going to Tia. Would have expected to be able to say Erlong. Definitely taking their time. Here's that all in. Beads are forced again. On her steps. Forward. The tanks. A little split. Another shell. Charon is able to ult in for the on her. The impale pushes that away. Tia jumping in, fighting in a fire wave. All three should spell the end. No beads. Goes down. Good impale away, creating some of that separation. That should be a GG on her, chunking down this Charon. The dash forward. Actually, hold on. Yeah, that's it. I was saying, if the Erlong was able to kill the tanks pre that, but a GG. Giants taking away a 2-0 set.